Shark Dropper Studios presents to you
Dopple Avenue Hurt. Case 1. Case 1. The Silver Casket. Part 9. An Open Book.
But it may not be that hard of a case to solve now.
Why?
Because I already know who took it.
And they sent you to my apartment.
They said your office was a mess and that you're working out of your home for the time being. They gave me your address. I hope this is okay.
It's fine. Terrence had shown up at my apartment. He claimed that his father's death was not just a shooting, but a robbery gone sour. Really sour. Like Sour Patch Kids without the sweet beginning. He provided me with some pictures of his art room, which I took to the couch to examine.
So, this is where you live?
Yeah, it's not much.
You don't own any other places? It's rather small and dirty and cheap.
So what, is there a problem?
Sorry. Since the last time I came into a place this small, I was picking out a suit and tie. Talking about my closet. My closet is the same size as your apartment.
Well, good for you. Rich people. I tried to ignore him as I examined each photo. When did you take these?
Earlier today. I don't often go into the art room. Hell, I often don't go into the East Wing at all. Most of my family thinks it's haunted with ghosts, spirits, and wisps.
Whisks, huh? Yeah. I used to have a house that was haunted by cooking utensils.
No, wisps. You know, those weird things. Mysterious, sad eyes. Like your soul.
Yeah, that sounds a little like Peter Falk.
But imagine many Peter Falks crawling around in your attic, all inside your walls, chewing on the cables.
You may just have a rat infestation.
Really? Rats? I think I would know if I had a rat infestation. I mean, who's the botanist here?
Neither of us. And it wouldn't matter because rats aren't plants. Look, I find it odd that you realize these things weren't stolen.
I told you. Haunted East Wing.
Right.
See? You can see the dust outline on the stand. That was a rare vase made of jewels, ivory, and crustaceans. It was expensive, one of a kind. It was imported from China, an ancient Chinese family, the Kurosawas, who had it made to ward off evil.
Well, if the east side of your house was haunted, it doesn't look like it was working that well.
No, but I loved it. It was so rare. An old geologist found it on a dig in the Qingchang region. They thought it would never be found. Hell, not even a famous explorer Indiana Jones could find it.
You know he's fictional, right?
Even so, it went up for auction and I had to have it. I paid top dollar for it, really. All the money at the bottom of my wallet was thrown out.
What? Terrence, some of the things you say...
I need it back. Whoever killed my father must have stolen this vase.
I had a weird feeling in my stomach. And although I thought I could probably associate that with the green gas station sushi I ate for lunch, some of it was linked to Terrence's story. How much did I really know about Terrence or his family? They were nuts, and that was about it. He just now realized something was stolen, and instead of his father's murderer taking priority, it was this missing vase. Were these two things related? And you said you know who took it.
Aye, lad, I do. His name is Evan Greenbaum.
Terrence explained this odd rivalry with the Greenbaums. In May of '95, Evan Greenbaum, his wife Charlotte Greenbaum, and their daughter, Polly Greenbaum, bought the house next door to the O'Reillys. Apparently, the O'Reillys wanted to buy the house next door and turn it to a 6-car garage, but they held off on their offer, trying to drive the price lower. When the Greenbaums bought the house, the O'Reillys were furious. They had nowhere to park their cars. Even though the Greenbaums offered to let them take their cars into their 2-car garage since they only used public transportation, the O'Reillys refused and were disgusted by the Greenbaums' ways. Then, in September of that same year, the Greenbaums, trying to bury the hatchet, brought over a cake to give to the O'Reillys. Little did they know that the O'Reillys hated cinnamon, and although there was no cinnamon on the cake in any way, it had kind of a cinnamony smell, and this drove the O'Reillys crazy. The feud has continued ever since. You know, this Evan Greenbaum kind of sounds like a nice guy.
No, he's the devil. And his wife is the wife of the devil. And their daughter is Rosemary's Baby, or the Almond. The movie Rosemary's Baby was actually based on the Greenbaums.
No, I'm pretty sure it's based on an Ira Levin novel.
No, it's a documentary.
I have to say, it seems like most of the animosity is coming from your family.
So?
So, I mean, do you really think they stole your expensive vases?
Yes.
Terrence had already given me the money for this case. Half now, he said, and half when it was solved and Desmond was free. Half is enough. It's more than I'd made in the entire year. I was now able to buy nicer things. Suits, meals, and save for that gas station sushi. That was sort of a spur-of-the-moment thing. As much as I like being a PI, sneaking around, solving cases, helping people, I felt this would be out of my control. He needed fingerprints. He needed a search warrant. He needed the BHPD. I decided to call Paul and give him the newly discovered information.
Nice.
He was giddy. He'd be able to do another stakeout, and he loves stakeouts now. That was Paul Went from the BHPD. He said he's going to help you investigate this matter after they reopen the case. The duty has become his, and he's on his way over to collect all the files and pictures.
So that's it for you.
That's right. I'm afraid it's out of my hands.
Will Desmond be freed? We're running out of time.
Don't worry. Paul's a good guy. I decided I would lie. He's good at what he does. His partner Arthur Phelps is also a good guy. Good detective, too. Yeah, I'm still lying. I'll leave them to investigate this matter. And if it turns out that Evan Greenbaum did steal your vase, then he's likely the culprit behind your father's death.
Thank you, lad.
I walked Terrence out and went back to my couch. Edith came back from lunch soon after. I decided I would go for a walk, even though the outside world was gray and windy. I told her Paul would be here later in the day to gather the O'Reilly case files. It's funny. I've worked on the case for less than a week, and here I am, handing it off to someone else. But what could I do? It was a matter for the police now. Hopefully Terrence wouldn't ask for the money back if his friend remained in jail past Saturday. Sorry, pal. No refunds. As I came out of the apartment building, I bumped into a woman. Oh, sorry, ma'am.
Ma'am?
It was Angela. She wore a light blue cardigan sweater over a white tee. And her jeans were tight, making her ass look like all that and more. Angie, what are you doing here?
Actually, coming to see you. Are you going somewhere?
Jesus Christ, her ass was great. Nowhere important anymore.
Have you eaten?
Yeah, of course. If you don't eat and drink, you'll die. The body needs nourishment. And, while most people eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I usually slip a few snack times in there, too. Have you ever heard of calorie...
I meant today. Now. Have you eaten lunch?
Oh. Well, no. Not really, but had a few snacks in there.
Would you care to grab something?
Yeah. That ass. Man, what the hell was that? Did I just have a Paul moment? Sure.
I saw a new Italian place open up. I think it's about 2 blocks over.
Oh, you mean Mamma Mia SpaghettiOs? Yeah, been meaning to try that out. Sounds real original. We entered the dark restaurant with a red diamond-shaped carpet and greasy walls. Not many people were inside, but it was hard to tell since the lights were out in certain areas. We sat in a booth under a flickering fluorescent bulb.
It certainly doesn't look too nice.
Hello, welcome to Mamma Mia's SpaghettiOs. My name is Jean-Luc Picard, and I will be your waiter. Can I start you off with a couple of drinks?
Just a water for me.
Okay, I'll take water too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're out of that. Would you care for anything else?
You're out of water?
Yeah, sorry. Could I interest you in a couple of Coronas? Maybe some warm tea. It's freshly made.
Okay, wait, this makes even less sense. If you don't have fresh water, then how can you make tea?
We give you a tea bag, and you suck on it. There's already water in your mouth.
Jesus, no thanks, just, I don't know, something.
Can I interest you in a nice cold lemonade?
Alright, well, how's that prepared?
We give you a frozen lemon, and you suck on it.
2 Coronas, please. Thanks.
Alrighty.
Interesting place.
Jesus, tell me about it.
I can't. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, me either. Listen, Angie, I tried calling you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Look, you don't have to be sorry. I'm sure things aren't very easy for you right now. You didn't happen to look at the pictures, did you?
I just can't look at them. But I'll take your word for it. I just can't believe my husband was gay all this time.
Yeah, he was actually quite flamboyant. It's surprising to me that you wouldn't know that.
I went to see the lawyer today. We are getting divorced. Ed has apologized multiple times, but I really don't want to speak to him right now. I can't even bear to look at him.
If it helps, you can stay with me.
I just don't know if I should. I don't want him getting the wrong idea. You know, divorcing him and being with somebody else so soon.
Well, yeah, he did.
And the divorce could be a long process. And I think it'd be better if I just got a hotel room.
God, Angela, a Brentwood Heights motel?
No, a nice one. Or I could just stay with my sister in Fambuki, Idaho.
You're not going to leave the city.
Well, there's nothing for me here. I mean, the whole reason I moved here was for Ed.
That doesn't mean you have to leave because of him. I'm not saying you have to take me up on my offer, but you certainly don't have to leave the city.
I just feel we're not the same people we were in high school. While the feelings have seemed to emerge again, I feel like it's purely physical.
What are you talking about?
I just don't think it's wise to stay with you. Even if it happens to only be 3 or 4 weeks.
If you're worried about how this relationship is progressing...
Well, that's the word. Relationship. Don't get me wrong, Jim. I care for you, but it's a troubling time for me. And I don't want to treat you like a rebound. We've already succumbed to our desires once, and we probably shouldn't have. Both of us have a lot going on right now. Also, you're not the open book I once knew. As much as I feel like I know you, there's so much more I don't know. What made you come here? What was the incident that got you released from the BHPD? Who's your ex-wife? Why do you call her the she-devil? Why don't you like technology?
Here are your drinks. Have you had a chance to look at the menus?
No. No menus are needed. Let the chef here explain what we got on the menus. Your mouth will water with the appetita.
Oh, fuck. You're the chef?
Of course I'm the chef. It's me, Marek.
Merrick?
No. It's me, Marek.
Well, it sounded like you were going to say Mario.
No, it's me, Marek.
Merc?
Marek.
Merkin?
Marek.
America?
America.
Marek.
Peanut butter?
Marek.
Mark?
That's it.
Oh, Mark.
Yes. Welcome to our restaurant. We have a lots of good food. Our special today is the stuffed ravioli, filled with 6 cheeses and some capicola, a lighter sauce of marinara, and a whopping toppings of olives, oregano, and a cheese parmigiana.
That sounds interesting.
You got all that?
I am sorry. I have a thick accent.
Yeah, and I'm really not sure what accent that is.
I'm Italiano, of course.
Are you really Italian?
Of course I am. Born and raised in Potenza. My mother was a cobbler and my father was a stone salesman. When you need a shoe cobbled or a stone, you came to me mama and papa store. Italiano, cobblegona.
They combine the words cobble and stone?
No, Cobblecone is the family name. It just so happens that it is a combination of what turned out to be my mama's and my papa's professions combined.
What a coincidence.
In Italiana, we do not believe in coincidences, just a Bigfoot and sometimes the fairies. Would you like to try the special?
Sure.
2 specials, please.
Bueno, that means good. Coming right up.
I think that's a fake accent.
So you want to know why I moved here?
I don't need to. It's just, I wish you were more open. You can talk to me. Remember those nights senior year? We would drive out to the edge of the airport. We watched the airplanes take off. We'd sit there for hours, talking and watching as the planes disappeared into the clouds.
Yeah, I remember. We used to try to guess where the planes were heading.
You always said Costa Rica.
That's when you made fun of me.
Then you'd get mad and throw a hissy fit.
Then you would hold out some chocolates and ask me to forgive you. But I wouldn't.
But then I'd smash those chocolates into your face and point my finger at you like it was a gun.
Then you would just shoot your fake gun at me and I would pretend my head was made of chocolate and you just exploded it.
Oh. We had an odd relationship, didn't we?
Certainly wasn't normal.
But I miss that person.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I act this way because it makes me a better PI. I don't use technology because Philip Marlowe never used technology.
Who's Philip Marlowe?
Don't you remember The Big Sleep? It was Humphrey Bogart's character.
Humphrey Bogart?
Yeah, that's right. Humphrey Bogart, Sterling Hayden, Dana Andrews. These people are my idols.
They just play detectives in movies.
I know that. I can differentiate between life and make-believe. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be mentioning the mutilation of Carter at this dinner. Chucky.
Then why does it matter if you act like they do? They didn't use certain technologies because they didn't have them at the time.
It was an easier way of life, though. My life is devoid of any kind of technology that was created after 1955. And because of this, I get more person-to-person interactions. My detective skills are top-notch, by my own rating. I don't waste any time sitting on my couch watching Breaking Bad.
For someone who's so old school, you sure make up some up-to-date references.
Sure, I listen to the radio. I watch some TV. And when I have extra time, I head to the cinema, catch a new film.
I have to say, your explanation has some valid points.
Yeah, and some invalid ones. But let's just concentrate on the valid ones for the time being.
And here is your food.
That was fast.
They set down the plate of food and I nearly jumped out of my seat. 2 large cockroaches were crawling in and out of the ravioli. What the hell is this?
What?
This! These gigantic bugs crawling in and out of my food. What the hell kind of place are you running?
No. Those are almonds. Almonds.
No, these are not almonds. That one is hissing.
Okay, enjoy.
No. Hey, get back here. No, you serve me food without bugs in it.
There's a praying mantis in mine.
This is disgusting.
Ooh, it's a mistake. I'll have the waiters bring another entree. How about a nice bowl of spaghetti?
What, are there cockroaches in it?
No.
Or praying mantises?
No.
Fine, wait. Are there worms in it? God, that's it. We're getting out of here. I'm calling the health inspector. He's a buddy of mine.
Wait! You got us. I'm not really from Italia.
Actually, pal, it's Italy.
Whatever. I'm not Italian. I'm from Memphis. And yes, there are bugs in there, but that's because we can't keep this place clean.
Why?
Because this isn't really a restaurant. It's an abandoned building that me and my two brothers turned into a fake restaurant. We're hard up for cash, so we thought we would try to make a restaurant and sell food. But none of us can cook.
An abandoned building? Well, I guess that does explain the lighting.
Honestly, you're the only guests that are in here. The people in the other booths are just cardboard cutouts. And the chatter you hear, well, that's a tape recorder.
This place is gross.
Please, don't call an inspector. We really need the money.
Are you guys poor? Or orphans?
No. We're rich. But our mommy, she won't buy us a PlayStation 4, so...
Okay, Angela, goodbye.
But the waiter, we wanted to play the new Call of Duty.
Angela made a call on her cell phone, and 20 minutes later, cops, the health inspector, the kids' parents, and a couple of mimes showed up. I'm not sure why the mimes showed up, but they were entertaining. Angela and I watched them for a while until she had to head back home. Sure you don't want to pick something up to eat? We could stop by Terry's Diner. Maybe Arby's.
It's okay. I'll get something later. I need to get home and pack a few things before Ed gets home from work.
Right. I walked her to her place. Suddenly, she stopped and turned to me, opened up her purse, and pulled out a small box.
Here you go. This is for you.
Well, what for?
For helping me out. I know you had another case, and yet you still helped me. It's just something small. I wanted to say thank you.
I opened it up. Inside was a small handgun. A gun? You bought me a gun?
No, it's a lighter.
She put a cigarette in her mouth, grabbed the gun, and then pointed at the end of it. She pulled the trigger and a small flame emerged, lighting the cigarette. I like that.
I thought you would.
Have a nice night, Angela. Listen, I hope you stick around. Brentwood Heights is actually a nice place.
So, let's see here. You've almost been shot. Old people drive like maniacs. You're solving a murder case, and some nut job just tried to get us to eat bugs so they could play video games.
Well, at least it's not Detroit.
Good point. You have a good day, Jim.
And Angela, if you'd like to get together again, I'll be free for a while. We could, talk about things.
I'd like that. But I still want to hear about this she-devil.
She smiled and headed inside. I didn't want her to leave. Was I falling for this dame? I arrived back at my house at around 2:30. Right when I entered the door, Edith ran up to me. She was on the phone.
Mr. Keys, there's been an accident.
Where?
That tubby lard Paul was hurt on a stakeout. He's in the hospital.
In a Brentwood Heights hospital, sometimes you check in, but you don't check out. Just ask my ex-wife. The cop said she was dead on arrival, but I had $500 that said she wasn't. Find out if Paul Wendt suffers the same fate as Eleanor on the next Dopple Avenue Hurt.
Dopple Avenue Hurt, starring voices by Kyle Appleyard, Anita LaRose, Amy Laurie, Jose Carabello, Dan Johnson, Jonathan Moss, Adam Jetmore, Amber Simpson, and Shannon McCarthy, with additional voices by Robert M. Lamb, John Lazaveth, Nick Engelhardt, Justin Stewart, Mike Lenhart, Heather Lenhart, Jesse Levine, Nicole Green, Shannon Lee, Morgan Buck, April Cadmus, Chris Davis, Ricky Lehner, Hope Ennis, and Michelle Birmingham. Visit www.sharkdropper.com to hear our other podcasts. Horror Play, the search for the scariest game ever made. Word of the Bay, a Tampa Bay-based sports podcast. And the Shark Dropper podcast, where we talk random stuff with a mixture of improv. Also, we have an upcoming Academy Awards podcast titled Snubbed, where we rate each year's Best Picture nominees.